Every day opens a new door to learn, to grow, to connect with special people. People who in big ways and small improve your life. Every moment, another chance to achieve a goal, to buy a home, grow a business, start a family, and build lifelong relationships. Bank with trust. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
Nazareth and Cardinal Hayes at the AA quarterfinals conclude with one more battle. I'd like to thank Maspeth Federal Savings for sponsoring us here at the Varsity Media Sports Network. As we look at what's been an incredible tournament. Welcome back, folks. Zach Weiss, Andrew Deloya. Some unbelievable basketball that we just saw leading us in to Hayes and Nazareth.
What an unbelievable comeback by Christ the King. They were down big. They cut it to 3. Exciting, exciting action. But I'm really excited for this game, too. Hayes and Naz. It's going to be an exciting matchup here on the campus at Fordham, Rose Hill Gymnasium. And I'm happy to be here with you, Zach. Absolutely,
Andrew. When they met in the regular season, it was just a 5-point game. And, when you talk about Nazareth, they got 2 all-league guys, A.J. Moody and Justin Delgado.
Yeah, A.J. Moody, the 5'10" guard, the senior, 17 points a game, first team all-league. He can do a little bit of everything, and that's what makes Coach Irvin so excited to have him. And then the other guy, Justin Delgado, averaging 14 a game, second team all-league. When you have a 6'5" guy who can do what Delgado does and a guard like Moody, you're going to be in any game.
And then on the other side, of course, when you're talking about Cardinal Hayes, led by longtime head coach Joe Lodes, now in year 17, they went from 0-3. They're 19-5 since then. It all starts with Mr. Malik Fields and Bryce Yancey.
We covered all the Cardinal Hayes home games, and Malik Fields garners so much attention. Still found a way to score 18 a game, the league's second leading scorer. And then Bryce Yancey, the one bright spot for Hayes in their loss to Stepanak in the final. He just brought it that day, and he's an electric player. He's going to be a Division I player. He's only a sophomore, averaging 12 a game, so 30 points from the guard position, and that's before you talk about the other guards they have.
Yeah, absolutely. Both these teams bring so much, Andrew. As you look at our keys to the game that we got from both head coaches, Joe Lodes and, of course, Gary Irvin.
Yeah, we had a nice conversation with Coach Irvin. He wants his team to be physical and control the rebounding war. He knows he has to handle the Cardinal Hayes pressure that is similar to the St. John's and UConn pressure, and then they have to win the battle of the guard play. Easier said than done when you look at who we just highlighted for Hayes. For Hayes, they want to keep their wraps on Mr. Moody. They know he can go off. They know he can score a lot of points. They got to keep him under control. And then they got a defensive rebound. That's a big job for Amadou Barry. And then manage the atmosphere in the venue, the college court. We spoke about the three-point line, and you got to shoot it from the high school line, not the college line.
Absolutely, the most efficient shots you can get. So we will be back with starters and the opening tip here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Every day opens a new door to learn, to grow, to connect with special people. People who in big ways and small improve your life. Every moment, another chance to achieve a goal, to buy a home, grow a business, start a family, and build lifelong relationships. Bank with trust. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
Hey parents, coaches, and players. Ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
If you're looking to optimize your sporting event, look no further than Varsity Media's coverage. Since working with them over the course of the past 4 years through the Elite 5 New York City Football Showcase, their coverage has helped take us to the top.
Varsity Media does an unbelievable job in terms of the broadcast, backgrounds on kids, do a great job of exposure from top to bottom. I couldn't really say anything negative. It's been a great couple of years that we've been working together, and it's just fantastic.
Well, I'll tell you, the fact that you guys are here has helped grow it, really. I mean, Varsity Media has been a good partner with us now for the last couple of years. That brings this game to a much broader audience.
The level of detail and that you go to, I mean, obviously the announcers, the camera angles, the slow motions, I mean, you feel like it's being covered by, ESPN.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
It's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
He's got room to go. Merrill towards the end zone. Lost his lid. Touchdown!
JJ Damo, face on, stay on athlete. Controlling the face-off. That's 3 in a row now.
Welcome back, folks. Before we get to starters, lay out the matchup once again. The Nazareth squad coming in at 19-7, led by sixth-year head coach Gary Irvin. Facing off with the Cardinal Hayes Cardinals, 17th-year man Joe Lodes. They started the year 0-3, then they won 8 straight. Similarly, Nazareth, they started 0-2, then they won 8 straight, 2 19-win teams. And then the winner of this will play Scanlon with the trip to the finals on the line.
Yeah, both teams are peaking at the right time. When we covered Coach Lodes and Cardinal Hayes early in the year, he said it's so important to be at your best late February, early March. And he has his team clicking, and now we'll talk about the guys on the other side.
Yes, the Cardinal Hayes starting 5, a 2-guard look of A.J. Moody and Jaden Blackmore.
Nazareth,
followed by Malik Kamara, Justin Delgado, and Kamari Hamilton. Solid starting 5. A few guards, a couple of forwards in there, led by sixth-year head coach Gary Irvin.
Yeah, and he was some player at Robeson. He's a very, very good coach. He was coach of the year in the conference this year, and deservedly so, and had a tight game in the last round against Mount, 57-54. We'll get into that a little bit during the broadcast.
And And on the other side, of course, as they finish out reading off for Nazareth, Cardinal Hayes, the Cardinal, a solid starting group. Hector Almodovar, Malik Fields, and Bryce Yancey are two highlight guys. Suleiman Cone and 6'9" Amadou Barry, who might be joining Malik Fields in college next year. He does have an offer.
He's got an offer from Quinnipiac. He's also got an offer from Duquesne. One adjustment to the starting lineup, Suleiman Cone replacing Christian Brown, who went down hard in practice the other day. Game time decision. We'll see if he'll get some action. But these guards there he is, Christian Brown. These guards are electric for Hayes. They can score in bunches, and Almodovar starts it, and the big man Barry can draw guys away from the basket.
Yeah, when we spoke to Coach initially, he said it was not that likely they was going to see Brown, but then spoke to him last night. He said he's a game-time call, so they do get Christian Brown and his 12 points per game into the starting lineup.
And listen, he brings guys off the bench. He's got guys like Cone who come in. Nas Campbell comes in. So it really doesn't matter who starts the game. It's going to be really important to see who finishes the game today.
Absolutely. And, both these coaches certainly fired up. Quarterfinal action. And really for Nazareth, you've got your starters. You have a pretty deep bench. You got Woodstock, Smith, Narcisse joined from JV recently, and he's been averaging 10 a game since coming up. Karan Smith, Tyshawn Trammell, who we said sometimes he's doing the coaching as well. So nice depth for the Knights.
Yeah, it's an interesting matchup. In that first game, it was 51-46. We covered that game. Naz got the W on Cardinal Hayes' home floor. Neutral site here today. I don't anticipate the game being in the 40s. And if it is, it's going to favor Nazareth. This game gets to the 70s, it's Hayes.
Let's see how things progress. First possession of the day for Nazareth. A couple of smaller guards. A lot of contact. And they called a blocking foul there.
Yeah, they got Yancey on the block. He got there a little bit late. Good job trying to take the charge. Keep an eye on the foul count. Big games like this, it matters.
And the one we saw before, a couple guys fouling out late. It did come down to the last shot. Nearly had a half-court buzzer beater to send us to overtime after a 22-point fourth-quarter deficit had previously existed.
Yancey's got to be careful not to get a second early. That could really affect the game.
Forcing the travel. Good defense on Hamilton.
Yeah, and the officials today, Steve Salustio, you have Carlos the Mayor Martinez, and Darnell Cudjoe. Really, really experienced crew, rewarded with getting the opportunity to cover a game of this magnitude.
Certainly three other guys you'll see all over New York, any division, any gym. Floater up short. There's Barry using that frame, and he's got two quick ones, averaging about 14 a game this season.
Really nice job by Amadou Barry cleaning up the mess. Almodovar with the floater came up a little short, and Barry with the finish.
Well, how about an early jam for Delgado? Impact player for a reason.
Second team all-league, top 15 player in the league last year.
They're going to get a travel on Barry. Fantastic defensive effort from the Knights.
Delgado had a really good summer, put in a lot of long days working out. Coach Irvin told him, if you want to play Division I ball, that's the only way to do it. He's expanded his game to be able to play around the perimeter, and he's an exciting guy to watch.
Another strong season for him. Work it around. Blakemore. To the cut, won't go. Loose change, rolls off a couple of sneaks. He does grab it to the full reset.
Yeah, Blakemore's another guy at 6'2", 175, senior, really good scorer.
We got a foul there on Hamilton, his first. You talk about, you covered that first matchup between these teams, Anjo, so early in the season. And ultimately, it was when Blakemore was able to figure things out that it got going. You got a corner three off the mark.
Yeah,
by Yancey.
both teams were different teams at that stage in the game. They were trying to figure out their lineup. At that stage in the game, Coach Lodes was doing wholesale substitutions, bringing 5 guys in at a time. Good challenge by Barry. Loose ball picked up by Yancey.
Transition for Hayes. Looking for the big man inside. Nice feed for Fields. 18 a night. Got his first 2 here today. He's going to score a lot here inside Rose Hill.
Coach Pecora from Quinnipiac is super excited to have Malik Fields on campus next year. Coach Pecora actually used to coach here at Fordham, also the former Hofstra coach. He's settled in nicely at Quinnipiac. We speak about guys like Tom Konchalski and another gentleman of the game, Tom Pecora.
That pass was tipped, but somehow brought in by Yancey. Very impressive handle. Barry, a 3? Sure! Hamadou Barry.
And you can see why he's picking up offers. He was behind the college line on that one, and at 6'8", if you're able to do that and you have good footwork inside, it's a good combination at the college level. And I think when Amadou Barry really figures out the weight room and the strength and conditioning programs that these colleges have at the next level, his best days are ahead of him.
Absolutely, as we got a 5-0 little mini run here. Substitution for Nazareth as DeJuan Woodstock. Not a big scorer, but big body, very strong defender for the team. Making his first appearance, replacing Blake Moore. The hounding effort defensively from Kamara. Now they get it to Fields where they want the ball. Finding Barry. Gets his own. Too strong. And they do come away with it. A.J. Moody. All-league first-teamer. Nazareth really used some points here. Floater over Barry, won't go. Loose change collected by Woodstock. 3 white jerseys. Fields forcing a tie-up. And it will be Hayes ball.
Really nice job by the officials letting that play develop, not calling a foul. It's always better to call a tie-up in a playoff game like this so guys can stay in the game.
So a couple of changes here. Cohn will make his first appearance, coming to get Fields, and then on the other side, Josiah Narcisse making his first appearance, along with Smith.
Suleiman Cohn is going to be a Division I player. He's only a sophomore. By the way, nice finish by Barry, but Cohn just brings so much to the table for this team. It's such a luxury to be able to bring him in off the bench.
There's Delgado, impressive move to the cup. Snapping a 7-0 run that spanned 3 minutes. Hayes the other way, quick trigger, triple. Got it, yes sir. Welcome back, Brown.
Yeah, it's got to be a good feeling for Coach Lodes to not know if you're going to have Christian Brown and then see him stick a 3 on the big stage.
Get a nice quick lay the other way by Woodstock, and he doesn't score a lot of points, but he will find himself in the right spot. We have a timeout on the floor taken by Cardinal Hayes. It'll be a 30-second timeout. And we knew this coming in, Andrew, but it's been a very up-tempo beginning here today.
Yeah, that's how Hayes plays. That's how Naz plays. Coach Lodes took that timeout. I'll let you go through the last 3 seasons. We'll get back to that.
Yeah, 19-10 in the 22-23 year, 14-win season, then up to 19 last year. They haven't cleared the quarterfinals in the last 2. They're hoping to do that and then go meet Scanlon, who broke a long drought of getting to the semis.
Yeah, that whoever wins this game, it's going to be interesting. But Coach Lodes took that timeout. He's been talking to us all year about defensive rotations. He didn't like what he saw in that last press. And it's less about the score, and it's more about the process. He's talking to the guys about, hey, listen, if we trap, we need to rotate. And he didn't get the rotation he was looking for on that one.
Yeah, and we've seen buckets on 4 straight possessions. Certainly what you want for Naz after going scoreless back-to-back, or for 3 minutes rather, a couple of back-to-backs.
Yeah, Delgado with an early 4, 2 of 2 from the free throw. 2 of 2 from the field. And the other thing, Coach Lodes is excellent after timeouts. He always has a nice set ready to go.
Great physical defense here from Troy Smith Jr. That's what he's going to bring to the table. Getting in. Nice job there, making sure there's no and one by Delgado. Getting it before it hits the backboard, which is the important part.
Also, a nice job by Yancey, recognizing he was being pressured up top and being aggressive. That's what the sophomore brings to the table. He is fearless. He had over 250 points as a freshman. He doesn't look like much at 5'9", 5'10", but we've covered games where he plays above the rim and slams it home. Can also shoot it, and as he progresses, he's going to be a big-time prospect.
And the big thing that Joe Load said, right, he's playing his best basketball right now. If that's going to be the case at any point in the season, you want it to be this point in the season.
Yeah, he's got a tremendous upside.
And you know what's interesting as well, you talk about Hayes and speaking with Coach, they usually get the early game, but you know, we got the late game today. It's a little bit different. They had a daytime shoot around at 3 p.m. They ran their sets back on campus and then able to come over after the fact. There's Yancey good on the first, 13-6 Cardinal Hayes. And it certainly helps when you have time that day to play, but also there's the nerves of being the last game.
Yeah, they have a shorter commute, though. Nazareth coming a longer way, and he kept them in rhythm. We've covered a lot of Hayes games. They're always doing their run-through, and they're running through their sets, and so that's a nice advantage for Hayes, being a little bit closer to Fordham.
Good effort by Brown, but they cannot maintain possession. Cardinal Hayes in the Bronx, 650 Grand Concourse. Great spot.
Cardinal Hayes graduate Ian Jackson had a tremendous game for St. John's last night. Season high 5 steals for them in their win over UConn. Coach Loads was smiling ear to ear when we spoke to him last night about his graduate, who's had tremendous success at the college level after starting off at North Carolina and transferring to St. John's to play for Rick Pitino.
Great bounce back win for them after the previous game. An 18-minute drought without a field goal. Great to bounce back in conference.
How about this? They missed their last 24 shots the other night at UConn. They only scored 40 points in the game. They scored over 40 points in the first half against Villanova last night.
That's the bounce back. That's that next game, next possession mentality. It's a veteran coach, knows how to keep his guys ready for that next one. It's not always going to be perfect. No one goes undefeated. Well, actually, that's not true. You can go undefeated. Some great teams, speaking on UConn especially, can go undefeated. But 13-6 following that turnover by Josiah Narcisse, who subs out after a few minutes on the floor.
Josiah Narcisse, what a great story, getting pulled up from the JV, playing 5 games and averaging over 10 points, giving this team a little spark.
Hayes up 10. That's another triple for Brown. That's why you're happy he can play today.
Talk about spark. 6 points early for Mr. Brown, 2 of 2 from three-point land, and it's great to see him happy and healthy.
And now for Nazareth, suddenly down by 10 as they've allowed 3 first-quarter triples. What's the message around it? They certainly have to try to turn this around early. You don't want to fall behind big to Cardinal Hayes.
Yeah, in a game like this, a 10-point lead is not your typical 10-point lead. It can evaporate in a hurry.
And you look at the last couple of years, a surprising defeat in the final of the A division in 22-23 for Nazareth after going 26-1, moving to AA 2 years ago, 21-8, made the final. The loss in the quarters last year, of course, down by 10 right now, struggling a bit to shoot, struggling to get stops. They want to recreate those previous couple of years, and rather than what happened last year.
And to go back to your question as to what the message is, they need to attack the basket. Good things happen when you attack the basket. You get fouled, you get offensive rebounds, and it opens up your shooters. So Nazareth will settle in. Cardinal Hayes pressure is different. It really, really takes you out of your rhythm.
If Moody 0 for 1, Delgado 2 for 2, Woodstock with the lay, that's been it. Delgado, nice fake, draws some contact, and he's 3 for 3. Hayes looks to get back into their set. Motivars dropped a couple dimes here in the first quarter. Fields.
Woodstock doing a nice job on Fields on that.
It's missed by Almodovar. Eight-point game. Minute 25 here in the first. Moody. Cross court. Blakemore gets the bounce. 5-point game.
Really nice look by A.J. Moody. He draws so much attention. Found his teammate, and Christian Brown is hot right now.
CB with 9 in the first without a miss. This is what he brings to the lineup now that he's able to play.
Maybe he just needed a few days off.
That's it. Barry, they get the steal. Up ahead. Almodovar suddenly up to 10. Struggling with this inbound. Delgado is not ready. They do actually going the other way.
Delgado was saying, my bad, my fault, but he wasn't ready for the return pass on the inbound.
Yeah, it's apologizing midpoint. You got to keep going, though. 10-point Hayes lead.
Yeah, early 9 points from Christian Brown with 37 seconds left in the quarter.
Our game one halftime score was 29-18. We're looking at 21-11 late first here in our seconds. Barry inside. Barry miss. Barry grab. Barry score. Barry foul. Barry gets a free throw, 2.
Just add one more Barry. Barry going to the free throw line.
Yes, he is. Nice job coming off that pick. There's not much size they have to stop it if you don't have Delgado in there.
Really nice screen-to-screener action on that. Bryce Yancey set a beautiful screen for Barry to get open inside, and Fields has been delivering to Barry all year long.
Barry's got 9, I think that 10. 9 for Brown. If your last name starts with a B and you're playing for Hayes, it's good stuff. 19 points of the 24 from the B duo.
And here you see them setting their patented full court pressure, slowing down Nazareth a little bit, hoping to get them to take a quick shot here so they can come down and go get the last shot, but it looks like Naz is going to run their set and try to come up with something good.
And you mentioned you'd be surprised if they're in the 40s today, even the 50s. They got 24 so far in the first.
Yeah, we saw them score 100 a few times this year.
Moody lost it, poked free, 6 seconds. Almodovar, Fields, save. Cone beats the buzzer. 26 spot in the first 8 minutes.
Unbelievable, on pace for 100. This is exactly the opening Hayes wanted. You see here Barry cleaning up the mess inside, off the glass for 2. He could do it all. He could score inside. And then here, the finish by Mr. Delgado. Malik Fields showing what he can do.
Great basketball in the first quarter. We've got more when we return on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Every day opens a new door to learn, to grow, to connect with special people. People who in big ways and small improve your life. Every moment, another chance to achieve a goal, to buy a home, grow a business, start a family, and build lifelong relationships. Bank with trust. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
Join us for Midtown Madness, folks. A celebration of basketball honoring the life and enduring legacy of Tom Konchalski. Saturday, March 21st, 11 a.m. at Bryant Park Grill in Manhattan. Enjoy a classic brunch, unforgettable afternoon. Award recipients include Knicks star Allen Houston, as we're embracing the values that define the game. Scan the QR code for tickets or visit tomk.foundation. The Tom Konchalski Foundation is honoring basketball's past and inspiring its future. Second quarter action between the Cardinal Hayes Cardinals and the Nazareth Knights. First quarter numbers, 10 of 17 for Hayes, 5 of 10 for Nazareth. They had 7 turnovers. Hayes had 1.
It's exactly the start Coach Lodes wanted. I'm sure Coach Irvin, the coach that he is, had a nice talk with his group, looking to settle them down and play their game.
Moody to the corner. Delgado fake, Delgado take, Delgado miss, taps it out. They maintain possession just barely. Nice stuff, keeping it in. Get them another possession. Narcisse returning to the floor.
And CHSAA has entered the game for Hayes. He's just another guy, another sophomore that Coach Lodes can bring in off the bench. He's their most athletic guy. He does so much for them defensively. And this guy, Nas Campbell, number 5 on defense, is a great defender as well.
Tough fader, does not get the bounce. Ripped free. Oh, Sam is shoved down. There is no whistle. There's 2 points. Something to keep an eye on the other end of the floor.
That was an interesting no call on that, on CHSAA getting the rebound and hitting the deck.
Yeah, going up against Malik Kamara. Fields comes off the screen, just one shot in the first quarter. Tough look, won't go. Skying for the rebound, couldn't hold it. I believe that was Narcisse. We have a tie-up, and it should remain.
Carlos the Mayor Martinez on the call, the official, made the call on that one. So you have Steve Salucio and Darnell Cudjoe, experienced crew. Cardinal Hayes all year long has run tremendous baseline out of bounds sets. As you see, a double screen for Brown and then a screen-to-screener action for Campbell.
Nice catch, spin, contact. Impressed that it even got that up. Delgado saying, what'd I do? Be the first team foul of the quarter.
Naz Campbell on this team, with all the talent it has, sometimes goes overlooked a little bit, but he's an enforcer. He's a tough kid. He does all the little things. He'll set a screen. He'll dive on the floor. He's really a glue guy for this team, Zach. And he scores 5 points a game, so he's vital to what they do.
And you think about the importance of depth and winning. Of course, it ended up being very tight at the end, but we saw Scanlon earlier win with depth. And you look at some of our earlier games, really absolutely the case. You know, Stepanak able to get that win in the second game. You talk about a number of different guys having huge contributions. So important from guy 1 to guy 10, even 12, however big your bench is, to just be able to come in and provide anything, even if it's just energy for 30 seconds.
Yeah, you mentioned Holy Cross won 70-67 on St. Raymond in game number 1. It was Stepanak over Iona Prep in game 2, 67-51.
Got an impressive bank shot, and one. You finally see Moody get going. First field goal.
And we saw Scanlon with a 3-point win over Christ the King in game number 3. And here we are, game number 4, shaping up to be a good one.
That's right. 2 games decided by 3. Almost saw a half-court game-tying shot from Skylar Ragu. It's close.
That would have been special. It would have been a highlight reel material for Mr. Sweeney.
Yeah, you know Chris has got it. Something good, anything exciting happens. If he happens to be there and capturing it, you are going to see the best version of it. And we're not just buttering him up, it's true. Corner 3 is money on the other side. Proud is 4 for 4.
And Mr. Sweeney is going to have a nice highlight reel on Christian Brown's 3-point makes from all over the floor here on the Rose Hill Gymnasium.
Yeah, we might be seeing that actually sooner than you think, folks.
They might change the name of the Varsity Media Sports Network to the 3-Point Shooting Network.
Hey,
no, they won't. It'll always be the Varsity Media Sports Network.
That's the alt logo that you wear for one game, like they do in the minors. All the new teams, like the coffee cups, is one of. Every team in I think it's AA baseball and single A baseball is going a new name for at least once this year for a special giveaway. So honestly, I'd be okay with that. The CS 3 p.m.
So far tonight is CB night.
Yes, it is.
Look at this.
Barry, oh boy. They're going to get a travel before the call as he was thrown down. Understandable why Joe Lodes is not happy, but he was shuffling a little bit. It's not a dance floor. It's a hardwood.
Well, Coach Lodes is going to fight for his guys. I mean, Checksum got checked to the floor a little bit earlier, and looked like Barry had a lot of contact on that one. But listen, there's experienced crew. They're closer than we are, and they do a great job. But as a coach, you got to get in their ear.
Kick out Blakemore. Nice fake. Euro into traffic. Had that partially blocked. Delgado gets it back, trying to rip it free. Surrounded by white jerseys. It's another jump ball. This one should go to Nazareth.
And the officials are being consistent. They let a lot of contact go on that play as well.
Had a couple players take spills. Possession remains. 5.5 remaining in this opening half. Brown is 12 points. He's taken 4 shots. He's made 4 shots. He's taken 4 threes. All the attempts are from deep, actually. Barry's added 10. 6 for Delgado, 5 for Blakemore. Then Moody and Woodstock each with 2. And they force the turnover. Fantastic effort. Brown's a two-way guy here.
Brown not known for his defense, but certainly showcasing it there.
Christian Brown at his season average without a single miss. Junior guard. Fields inside, rejected. Second chance, nope. Kamara's got it. Oh, that's an offensive foul. You can't swing the elbow, Andrew.
Fields got hit on that one. You hate to see a first-team All-Leaguer go down, or anyone go down for that matter. Just about to comment that Fields only has 2 points and they have a 14-point lead, but he took that one on the chin.
So that certainly hurts. Fields guy averages 18 a game at a season high of 33. He's 16 away from 500 for the season. Joe Lowe's going to come out. So he looks
happy to see him get up.
Gary Irvin talking to a nearby official.
This is a nice little set that Cardinal Hayes runs baseline. They always have a little wrinkle.
See what they got. Very nicely defended. Couldn't get Yancey on the run around. Tried Barry, knocked away.
Yeah, good job by Nazareth sniffing that one out. And now forcing Hayes to call a different play, baseline, different alignment.
Second try. Barry. Working. Shouldering. Bucketing. He joins Brown with 12. 31-15. Nazareth looking to go fast. Nice feed. Quick two. Kamara's first field goal attempt.
Yeah, he averages 9.4 on the season. Transferred from James Monroe in the Bronx. He's a Swiss Army knife type of player for Coach Irvin. He's a raw talent.
Let's take a look at the bracket again, folks, as Hayes sitting on a 31-17 lead. So leading up to what got us here, saw Iona Prep take down St. Francis Prep. Then they fell to Stepanak. Nazareth defeating Mount St. Michael in a nail-biter by 3. Again, tough year for Mount St. Michael, but very nearly qualified here. Holy Cross getting past St. Raymond, who knocked off St. Peter's over at St. Francis Prep last week. Zavarian falling short to Scanlon. Scanlon keeping the run going against Christ the King. And now we see Stepanak will play Holy Cross on Wednesday. And the other game, winner of this, gets Scanlon.
We are so close to filling in that final slot for the Final Four. Wednesday is going to be an exciting night here at Rose Hill, which we will have on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
And it's March Madness. And anything goes. No lead is safe. No deficit is finite.
No record matters.
No record matters. If you're in, then you're in. Everyone's 0-0. Certainly the right mindset coming into these contests, what we saw earlier. It doesn't matter. The 22-point lead shrunk to 3. As Fields skies for the bucket. Just matters that they got the win.
Great execution by Cardinal Hayes after the break, setting up a backdoor play for their first team All-Leaguer Malik Fields.
Fields tips it out. Hayes shooting 57% in the half. Nazareth at 50%, but it's that -7 turnover differential, -12 points off turnovers, and -8 second chance points.
Yeah, I was just about to comment. The efficiency for both teams from a shooting perspective has been excellent.
Nice tipping by Malik Kamara. Good hands.
Almodovar does so many things for this team. He's turned into an excellent point guard. He knows his role.
Picks up his first foul on the charge there.
I jinxed him as he got in a little too deep on that one, but all year round he's been getting the ball to the right spots. He's been handling pressure and playing great defense.
I'll go the other way. Moody and Brown, the only players that have not yet seen the bench. Everyone else has gotten at least some form of rest for at least a second.
Coach Irvin for Nazareth was an excellent player, as I mentioned earlier, at Robeson High School, class of 2002. He helped the program to 2 consecutive trips to the PSAL final at MSG. Lost to Sebastian Telfair in Lincoln his senior year.
Man, what a high school legend he was in New York. Does he get a bucket the other way from Narcisse? That's a goaltend. You're not going to get a lot of goaltends here, but you just did. That's that bounce of Brown.
After high school, Coach Irvin went on to play at Mississippi State, final 2 seasons at Arkansas, and then he had an 8-year professional career. You see here Christian Brown getting out in front, drawing the goaltend, and He's up to 14 on the night.
Certainly is. Just watched Sebastian Telfair highlight reel yesterday, if you could believe that. As that three is up and in, as Narcisse with back-to-back buckets. Barry the other way. It's offense, offense, offense. This is the pace we expected, and it's the second time today we've had 4 straight possessions with a basket.
That was an excellent job by Hayes getting the ball out of the net. The ball didn't hit the ground. Sideline, sideline, bang. Great pass by Brown. Great finish by Barry with the left. And here you see another great, ooh, I jinxed it. Another great, I was about to say another great finish.
Not on you, Andrew. That's just a tough finish
He's
there.
just got to finish it for me.
Barry, nice feed. Offense picking up. Yancey, not quite. Yancey was trying to get fancy, and there's a foul. Everyone's getting antsy. It's 37-24, 2:44 in the first half.
I think that's Yancey's second.
Yes, it is. One step ahead of Naz on PA for every game this weekend. St. Ray's alum. Any game you're there, you will hear those pipes. Nas Campbell returns. Nice boost from Narcisse, and he averages about 10 a game in the games he has played.
That's such a great storyline.
Talked about the poise that he's got. And double digits in the BQ championship. Going to try and shrink the deficit further as Narcisse now getting a breather. He's played 7 minutes. Up, contact, miss, tip, loose change. They grab it and they're trying to run the other way quickly. Almodovar up ahead for Brown. Fake, can he go 5 for 5? Not quite. Almodovar does get it back. Blocked from behind. Going to the ground, shot, no. Fields, yes. All that matters is the and one.
We've seen Malik Fields do this all year long. He never gives up on the play. You see Almodovar track down the loose ball, the miss, the flop at the basket, and Fields cleans up the mess.
Second bucket, or third bucket, excuse me, for Malik Field. About 5 assists for Almodovar. That's what he does. He's a dime dropper, showstopper. Finds guys in space.
How about Christian Brown and Barry totaling 28 points in the first half, taking a little pressure off of their first team all-leaguer, Malik Fields.
Huge, and you get these contributions collectively. And you haven't really had a breakout guy for Nazareth yet. Delgado leads with 6. You're still looking at that turnover differential without a made free throw. And some of these factors point to that 16-point hole.
You know, in speaking with Coach Irvin on the pregame call, he was quick to mention the coaches that came before him, guys like Todd Jameson and Ted Gustus, and we had conversations about some notable Nazareth alums. Rob Phelps, who went on to play at Providence. Eric Short, another Providence guy. And how about this name, Gerald Wilkins in the NBA?
As Karan Smith in the game and on the board. Yeah, Gerald Wilkins, fantastic journeyman.
And Michael Dunleavy Sr.
Certainly a great pull. Fantastic job when he was with the LA Clippers, the NBA level. Now his son is an NBA GM. Floated up and in by Fields, 15-point lead. Quick play both ways. Nice to see Karan Smith get going. Shortly after checking in, they send 2 to Delgado. They'll work things around.
Blakemore thought about it for a second in the corner. Got the ball in the hands of this guy, A.J. Moody, who's such an exciting player.
They give it away. Outlet, Nas Campbell. Good effort. Always impressive to me how quickly they can behind the back to save it.
Yeah, it's not an easy play. It's almost like a tennis player retreating on a lob and making a spectacular play.
You know, those through-the-leg shots that apparently, if you're from the Roger Federer school, just you watch it enough times, you figure out how to do it. But final minute here in the first half. Rose Hill Gym, a 15-point Hayes lead. The winner play in Monsignor Scanlon.
If you're Yancey, the last thing you want to do is pick up your third foul.
Delgado. That's an offensive foul.
Good job by Fields stepping in on that one, taking it on the chest.
Delgado with 1. Troy Smith with 2. A number of guys with 1.
The only guy to watch for in foul trouble on the floor is Bryce Yancey with 2.
Certainly would be a big deal if he's out. But Really, the big Christian Brown's been the difference.
There's a 3-second differential on the shot clock to game clock. I would think that Coach Lodes would almost play this as if it's the last shot and kind of force Nazareth to get down court in 5 or 6 seconds. But a 35-second possession here for Hayes is a win with a 15-point lead.
They'll take their time. Here's Yancey, 4 boards, 3 assists, and as mentioned, those 2 fouls. They held Moody to 2 points.
Watch for a little go screen here to get Brown open. It wasn't open. They sniffed it out. Now they get the ball inside the barrier, I would think.
5 seconds. Fields left his feet. Nazareth can hit one at the horn and find some momentum.
If I'm Coach Lodes, I would think about getting Yancey out of the game with 2 fouls.
Yep, good thinking.
Yeah, it's just the right thing to do. It's not worth it.
Cohn and Campbell. Last shot of the half, 3.6.
Oh, he traveled.
You can't move. It's not under the basket, and it's only off a make, correct, that you can do that?
Yeah, you can only do that on a made basket on the baseline.
Yep. So Hayes gets the last shot now. Oh, wait.
This gives them an opportunity to isolate Barry on the block, possibly get the ball back to the inbounder on a backdoor cut.
So they can't sub. That was what they were telling Joe Lodes there. 2 guys had gone out.
Well, when you have athletes like Campbell and Cohn, it doesn't matter.
So Yancey and Barry both out at the end of the half. You don't want Barry to pick up a second foul down low. Probably going to go to Almodovar here, and he's going to run toward the basket.
They're in a triangle setup. Almodovar solo at half court.
Blakemore comes in for Woodstock. All right, here we go. 3 points, a long 3.6 seconds.
Remember now, Coach Lodes says he doesn't get his board out. This is a set play that they've worked on, so it's going to be exciting to see what they... Back screen by Campbell.
Tipped.
Oh, no.
Stolen. Got to get it up quick. It's late. Impressive jam, but it's late.
Wow.
It will not count for Narcisse. I mean, look at the bounce.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's a freshman. That's a 6'3" freshman who just banged that. Unfortunately, it was after the horn and you saw the light, but look at the steal here. Look at him elevate. It was almost like lightning struck as he was slamming it home.
Yeah, impressive stuff from Narcisse. His team is behind in large part, Andrew, because of a certain, Christian Brown.
We weren't sure he was going to play. Look at him get the puppy set, backspin, followed the rotation. That's one. Then you see, again, he steps back, bang, I'm feeling it. And he wasn't done there. Here's his 3rd of 4 from the corner. Keep shooting like that, he's going to pick up an offer.
Christian Brown lighting it up, a 15-point Hayes lead as we go to the break. We got more after this on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Every day opens a new door to learn, to grow, to connect with special people. People who in big ways and small improve your life. Every moment, another chance to achieve a goal, to buy a home, grow a business, start a family, and build lifelong relationships. Bank with trust. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
You've seen the dedication, the long hours, the early mornings, the sacrifice. You know your athlete has what it takes, but how do you make sure the right people see it? The recruiting process isn't easy. Coaches are flooded with highlights. But how do you stand out in the crowd? At Varsity Media, we specialize in creating game-changing ISO videos, high-definition, athlete-focused footage that highlights exactly what college recruiters want to see. With our up-close ISO video, we capture your athlete's key moments. No more wide angles showing other players. This is just your athlete's pure, raw talent. This is more than a video. This is the opportunity your athlete deserves. Give your athlete the edge they need. Make the right impression with Varsity Media's ISO video service. The future starts now.
For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media at Varsity Media.
Every day opens a new door to learn, to grow, to connect with special people. People who in big ways and small improve your life. Every moment, another chance to achieve a goal, to buy a home, grow a business, start a family, and build lifelong relationships. Bank with trust. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
Now is a great time to book a sportscast with Varsity Media. What sets our sportscast apart isn't just the quality of our production, it's the knowledge, passion, and professionalism that our announcers bring to every game.
And it's Merrill. Oh, look at a fake by Merrill. There's the spin again. Gary Merrill is not human. Touchdown, St. Anthony. Profeta! 1-0, Garden City.
Our commentators research athletes and highlight storylines that matter to your communities. Our approach creates a broadcast experience that not only informs, but elevates the athletes, giving the kind of recognition usually reserved for professional levels. Varsity Media's announcers make sure that every athlete has their moment. So book a Varsity Media sportscast today, and let's get your team the recognition it deserves.
Hey parents, coaches, and players, ever wonder what makes Varsity Media stand out as the tri-state leader in sports live streaming and videography?
If you're looking to optimize your sporting event, look no further than Varsity Media's coverage. Since working with them over the course of the past 4 years through the Elite 5 New York City Football Showcase, their coverage has helped take us to the top.
Varsity Media does an unbelievable job in terms of the broadcast, backgrounds on kids, do a great job of exposure from top to bottom. I couldn't really say anything negative. It's been a great couple of years that we've been working together, and it's just fantastic.
Well, I'll tell you, the fact that you guys are here has helped grow it, really. I mean, Varsity Media has been a good partner with us now for the last couple of years. That brings this game to a much broader audience.
The level of detail and that you go to, I mean, obviously the announcers, the camera angles, the slow motions, I mean, you feel like it's being covered by, ESPN.
If you'd like to book with Varsity Media, reach out at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media at Varsity Media.
You've seen the dedication, the long hours, the early mornings, the sacrifice. You know your athlete has what it takes, but how do you make sure the right people see it? The recruiting process isn't easy. Coaches are flooded with highlights, but how do you stand out in the crowd? At Varsity Media, we specialize in creating game-changing ISO videos, high-definition, athlete-focused footage that highlights exactly what college recruiters want to see. With our up-close ISO video, we capture your athlete's key moments. No more wide angles showing other players. This is just your athlete's pure, raw talent. This is more than a video. This is the opportunity your athlete deserves. Give your athlete the edge they need. Make the right impression with Varsity Media's ISO video service. The future starts now.
He's got room to go. Merrill towards the end zone. Lost his lid. Touchdown!
JJ Damo, face on, stay on athlete. Controlling the face-off X 3 in a row now.
Welcome back, folks. Zach Weiss, Andrew Deloya with you. A 42-27 Cardinal Hayes lead over Nazareth, powered by Brown and Barry, each scoring 14 points. Saw some very good basketball out there, Andrew, certainly, as can never talk enough times about the legend that is Tom Konchalski, as there will be an event on Saturday, March 21st. We can properly really honor the amazing legacy and career that he had.
Yeah, anyone in the metropolitan area who came in contact with Tom Konchalski has a story, and it all starts with the way he greeted people. He always remembered your name. He always remembered the members of your family. He put a value on personal relationships. And in this game, you know, sometimes, you know, when there's competitiveness involved, you know, it misses that gentleman type behavior that Tom Konchalski always had. And anyone who knows anything about basketball in this area knows that he was the best of the best at what he did as a talent evaluator and as a gentleman of the game.
And so, folks, March 21st, 11 a.m., that is 20 days from now, Classic Buffet Luncheon. See Allen Houston among many other award recipients. You can scan the QR code below or visit our website, tomk.foundation.
You know, you spoke about Barry's 14 points and Christian Brown's 14 points. Malik Fields had a quiet 9, and the leading scorer for Naz is Justin Delgado with 6.
Yeah, and as you see, the rebounds are even, haven't been that many to grab. Both teams are over 50%. The one thing that would jump off, we'd have to believe, the only thing out of the ordinary here, the turnover differential.
Yeah, and that's Cardinal Hayes' game. They create turnovers with their chaotic defense and their ability to put multiple guys into the game that can create turnovers, and that's what it does for them. And then both teams are shooting the ball really well on a college campus, and that was a concern for both coaches.
8 for 14 combined threes would put them collectively at 57.1%.
It's pretty good math by you on the fly, because I know it wasn't given to you.
It was not, but what I will say, Andrew, is there's certain percentages, if they're low enough, you see it in enough times. Whether you're talking about batting average, you're talking about completion percentage in football, shots on goal percentage in lacrosse. There's a couple different areas. So the 8 out of 14 goes back to 4 out of 7, which is one of the first ones we get. But I do like fractions. I do like percentages. I do like math. And what I would say is, if I had to say, I would say that 42-27, a 15-point hole is far from something that's too large to overcome, because we almost saw a 22-point turnaround in game 1.
Yeah, you know, that was an unbelievable comeback by Christ the King. They scraped and clawed all the way back. It came down to the last shot of the game by Skylar Ragu from just over half court, that if it went down, it would have created one of the most epic moments in this gym.
So we got one more half of basketball, finishing up a long day. Dylan Butler and Zendon Hamilton got you started. And Zach Weiss, Andrew Deloy bringing you home.
I ran into Coach Mitchell in the hallway at halftime. He said that he's got plenty of film to review from that fourth quarter with his guys heading into the next round. I would not want to be in that film session tomorrow.
Fantastic steal there. Leads to a corner pop. Yes, sir. A.J. Moody passed his first half point total on the first possession of the third quarter.
One of the keys to the game for Cardinal Hayes and Coach Loads was to stop that man. And If you're Coach Lowe's, that's not how you want to see the second half begin. If you're Coach Irvin, you're an excited man.
And of note, Narcisse, as Fields can't get it to go. And it was off Narcisse. We'll see the replay. They don't have the benefit down there. But Narcisse starts the half over Hamilton, only played 4 minutes in the first.
Yeah, Coach looking for a spark. You see here, Fields, this was the right call. You can see it went off. Narcisse swung his arm right. He was definitely the last guy to touch it.
Yep. Starting to bring a bit more pressure to Brown this half after the 14 in the first. Barry one-on-one with Delgado. Goes in, tipped, poked free by Delgado. There's Fields doing what he does. Blake Fields with 11, and he is very close to a 500-point season.
He does that better than any of the other players I've seen this year on the pull-up jumper from 15. He's got a really nice rhythm dribble that creates that elevation and backspin follow-through rotation from 15.
And of course, the importance on a 500-point season is if over a 4-year varsity career averaging 500 would put you in the elusive, very elite 2,000-point club.
Yeah, he eclipsed 1,000, I believe.
Guy certainly can score. A lot of contact there. Barry wanted to push off the other way. He's the one that picks up the personal. 2 on Amadou. Got a full timeout taken by Cardinal Hayes. And 6:50 remaining in the third quarter. Still a 14-point Cardinal Hayes advantage. And Andrew, I know you've got a lot of great Tom Kinchalski tales.
Yeah, no, I was just, one of the things that excited me was there was one day I looked up in the gym when I was coaching at Northport High School, and I saw Tom Kinchalski, and he only goes to gyms where he knows he can find a player, and it was a special moment for Northport High School to have Tom Kinchalski in the top row. Looking at my guy, Luke Petrosic, who he evaluated and who went on to have a very successful career at Columbia University, and Tom wrote an accurate report, and Luke is still playing professional basketball overseas, just signed a contract in Spain. But Tom Kinchalski was a special man, as I mentioned earlier. He really cared about people, and he cared about student athletes, and he did things the right way.
Yeah, Petrosic, 1,000 career points, top 22 in Columbia history.
Yeah, and he helped us to a Long Island championship his senior year. He was the first Northport player to ever be named first team All New York State, and he's certainly going to be a Northport Hall of Famer.
Great to see, and Tom Kinchalski had it first. No, you had it first, and you and Tom had it. He helped get him up there.
Yeah, and Tom was a unique guy. He always had his yellow notebook in hand and didn't have a cell phone, didn't have a car. He just did things a little bit differently, but he did them the right way.
We're going to have a foul before the pass. Fouls you never want to see as a coach. Regardless, the highest level of the game, they changed the rule a number of years ago where those pre-pass fouls get you 1 free throw plus possession, almost looked at as a tech. That's 3 on Yancey, folks. He does remain on the court.
Coach Lodes did the same thing in an earlier playoff game when Yancey had 3.
That's 4, Andrew.
Yeah, he tried to roll the dice, and it backfired this time.
He just fouled his doppelganger, fellow number 10, Josiah Narcisse. So his half is pretty much done. His quarter is certainly done. Cohen led the team with 5 reserve minutes in the first half with 2 points. Check Sam had 1 spill and 2 rebounds. Nas Campbell had 2 missed free throws in 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's a big loss for Hayes having Yancey go out, but the good news is you have a guy like Suleiman Cohen coming into the game. The 6'3" sophomore averages 6 a game. He's made such tremendous strides. He's certain to be a Division I player when he's done. He gets in the gym early with assistant coach John Hawthorne, who works out the guys before school, and he's certainly improved his game. He's a coachable kid.
Now, if with the foul trouble, there could be a chance as Narcisse got on the second. There is a chance maybe we'll see future Division I tight ends, Saleh Atari. While we've been sitting on that one, waiting to see if he checks in. Well, he's got offers from all the great programs, BC, Wake, UConn, Temple, Syracuse. He can run, he can dunk.
Yeah, he hasn't got a lot of minutes this year. He's a big-time football recruit, and when you have a guy like Amadou Barry in front of you.
As you get the 3 ball from Moody off the Delgado offensive rebound, the unconventional 4-point possession, 1 out of 3 at the line and a 3 ball. As Fields Missed, and they're making their move. Oh, that was tipped.
You just get the sense that this is about to get interesting.
Fields missed. Barry lost it. Blakemore, oh boy, gotta be careful. Watch the line. They've cut it to 10. They've hit 3 of their last 4 from the Fields. That pass was tipped by Fields. You're gonna see him at Quinnipiac. Will be a Bobcat. Went from being a bird to being a very fast creature on the ground. And we'll see if he has a Barry with him in year 1. Delgado trying to make it a single-digit game. Whips it to Kamara. Malik getting by, lost it. Delgado came in like a cannonball that was freshly fired. We'll get a foul.
That's his second.
On Nazareth. It is number 2. First team foul of the frame. Someone's got inbound the ball. It took a second for that call to be official over at the table. Now we got it.
Only players in foul trouble for Naz. Not even really foul trouble are Delgado and Troy Smith Jr. No call there.
Out.
Oh, they're going to get him that time.
And the question, if you're Barry, if you do happen to get away with the first one, if that was a foul or not, that is not for us to say. Why would you do it again, right in front of the officials?
Now there's a little bit of trouble brewing for Cardinal Hayes. You see, right here, he hooked. They missed it on that one. And now they're pressuring the ball with Narcisse. And Narcisse sold the second one. Steve Salucio with the call, and Barry's got 3. And you're right, we may see Mr. Atariwa if Barry picks up his 4th.
See if he gets in. Another 3. No, the cleanup. The athletic Narcisse. I mean, true freshman. He's coming and just played some incredible ball. We got another incredible freshman on Friday in Ari Boobert. We got a full timeout. And
you see here, Moody going to his left, picks up his dribble, deep 3, and the freshman, the 6'3" freshman with athleticism, Narcisse with the cleanup, 2-point bucket.
so it brings them back to within 8 as we remind you how we got here. BQ final, Christ the King takes down Holy Cross. The Archodiocese final, Stepanak over Hayes. Class B, we had that for you Friday. Cathedral took down Kennedy in a thriller. Class A final, St. John's Prep going back-to-back. John Kiggins firing up the crowd. We're live with you for one more quarterfinal. Andrew and Dylan Butler got you on Wednesday and Sunday with the semis, and 3 p.m. Eastern time for those watching in other time zones next Sunday. And if you're coming here, 3 p.m., this gym. Andrew and Dylan got you if you can't make it. Great production team with Varsity Media. But it all ends then. It's going to be tough to see it end because we've had so much good basketball this weekend. We've had 6 games in the span of 3 days here, with so many more to come. It was a long way just to get here. And every year, we see these games, Andrew, every year, and there's always great new talent coming in. These coaches do so well to recruit, and the level of play, every game always just so competitive. It's so fun to see these kids playing on the big stage.
Yeah, and it's exciting to give them a professional broadcast done by Varsity Media Sports Network that they can have a memory of this for years to come.
And playing on the Fordham court, nothing to be taken lightly. Another great play, Narcisse leaping for the steal. Oh, he wanted to catch and shoot. You understand exactly what Moody was going to do, but eyes off the prize. That is turnover number 15 for Naz. Full court pickup on Brown. They felled 0 for 1. Actually, he missed his 3 at the end of the first half. He hasn't shot the ball yet here in the third quarter. They've done well on him. By the way, Yancey's in the game. We're not sure why here as Fields lays it in. Yancey's in the game with 4 fouls.
Great set piece to get Mr. Fields an easy layup off of a back screen. Good delivery by Amadou Barry.
So careful if you're Bryce Yancey. You should probably want to exploit that matchup. He's guarding Moody. He's going to have to give him the lane. And A.J. Moody says, thank you, sir. 10 points, 8 in the quarter for Moody. A.J. Moody Jr. He is leaning toward Alcorn State collegiately. The official words of Coach Irvin, he's leaning towards Alcorn State. Fields on the step back. That was tipped. Can't sue Josiah Narcisse. Tough for Kamari Hamilton to really not get a ton of time, but when Narcisse is doing this, you can't have him out of the game. He takes on Barry. Respect the attempt as Amadou grabs his 6th board. Yancey the other way. Behind the back, are you kidding? They don't get the bucket. There's no SC top 10 for just passes that aren't buckets, but Bryce Yancey, look at this.
Yeah, Yancey going to his left, seeing Christian Brown open, wraps it around the back with the left hand. Good patience by Christian Brown to draw the foul.
Yancey's dropped 3 dimes. Assist update, by the way. Talk about Moody finding his scoring. He's also dished out 5 big assists today. Free throw is good. Brown with a game-high 15. He and Barry have been held scoreless collectively in this quarter. Nice to see one of them get something.
Yeah, Christian Brown has logged 20 minutes on the day, 5 of 6 from the field, shooting 83% on the day, and perfect from the line.
10-point game. We're halfway through the 3rd. Finishing our weekend at Fordham with, of course, 3 more games here to come in the next week. March Madness is upon us, folks. Delgado setting the screen. 2 on Moody. You see that 2-3 zone they're in. To the corner, Malik Kamara.
We have not seen a lot of zone from Coach Lodes this season, but with the Fields went down on a non-contact over there.
There's a block there. Up ahead, Kamara, watch! Oh, he laid it in. No dunk.
I was going to say Coach Lodes has not played a lot of zone, but he's doing it now just to protect his guys in foul trouble.
So an 8-point game, 3:12 to go. We're going to take a quick break. More after this on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age.
Our follower base across social media is 75,000 strong,
and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Every day opens a new door to grow, to build relationships. Every moment, a chance to do more. To buy a home, grow a business, start a family. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
Welcome back, folks. Zach Weiss, Andrew Deloya, CHSAA quarterfinal, the 4th and final game of the day. You have the A champ, you have the B champ. The AA still has so much ball left to be played.
Yeah, and Nazareth had their work cut out to get here. In their last 4 games, they defeated Zavarian 69-67. Big win over St. Francis Prep 69-66. They had that loss to Holy Cross in the semis 53-62. And then that first round win was a squeaker, 57-54 over the Mount. And here they are, down 8, 3:12 to go in the 3rd. With a chance to go to the semis.
3:12 to go. Certainly was a more dominant first half for Hayes, but Naz a 13-6 3rd quarter.
And the foul count is coming into play for Hayes. They got Yancey with 4, Barry with 3. No one for Naz has more than 2.
Yancey doesn't get that call. Moody looking to push. He's got those afterburners activated. Finds Kamara, blocked by Barry. Delgado touches it last, and it's going the other way.
Really good job by Barry to block that shot without fouling. And you can tell Nazareth is in attack mode, trying to get guys to pick up more fouls.
Get this thing in. Finally will.
5 assists on the day for Almodovar. That's what he does all year long.
Brown, impressive takeaway for Moody. He hits the deck. Ball's on the ground. Guys are jumping over each other like a game of leapfrog. And it does stay with 15 to shoot. Fields, after a slow start, taking 11 shots in the last 2 quarters. He's 6 of 12 for 13. They draw the double. He finds the man. A 3 for Brown. It will be an offensive foul, but because the shot was up, the shot will count. It should count.
You see here a little ghost screen. Christian Brown getting his feet set behind the college line.
Yep.
The foul on Barry took place after the shot was released, so they should keep the points. The points count.
Is that 4 on Amadou Barry?
That's the problem. You got Yancey and Barry with 4 fouls.
All right, Atariwa. See if he comes in, or maybe they'll go Sam. They have him on the court.
Yeah, they're bringing in Nas Campbell. They've done this a lot. It's a little bit of a smaller lineup, but Nas Campbell is their enforcer. He's a tough kid. He does all the little things. He'll dive on the floor. He can guard the 5 position, but look for Atariwa to possibly pick up some minutes here. Coach Lodes is really dancing with Yancey and Barry with 4 each. And there you see the zone.
Well, Dance and Yancey is what they want at the end of the tournament. So certainly if having him on the court with the fouls is what it takes.
Yeah, this dancing has a little bit more negativity to it.
Delgado and the foul.
Wow.
JD hopping up. Pogo stick bounce.
You see here Narcisse with the look, the right-hand pass to Delgado. He's so quick to elevate and flush. Delgado, 14.3 points per game. Second team All Catholic League. Coach Lodi was a Player of the Year candidate heading into the season. He's a double-digit guy, double-double guy. And you can see what makes the college coaches so excited.
Free throw is good. By the way, first appearance is going to be Brandon Bird. Second-generation Hayes player. His father played here, too. There's a foul.
Yeah, Brandon Bird has gotten spot minutes all year long. Like you said, his father, Roger, played at Hayes for the legendary Tom Murray. Tom Murray was the coach before Coach Lodes. There's just tremendous synergy as Coach Murray had 586 wins in 40 years.
Quick steal. Delgado, nice feed. Moody, 6-point game, as close as it's been. They've not led at all, but Naz is back. Transition try, whip to the corner. I was gonna say he can't miss, but that one doesn't go. Transition, look at the speed of Narcisse. Delgado against 2, has it ripped free. The jump ball would have kept it there. Inside Fields. Nice job to get it up as he felt the contact.
Yeah, that was a great little shuffle pass by Yancey, putting the ball over the defender. Get a chance to take a look at that here. The outlet by Brown to Yancey, the touch pass to Mr. Fields. Good patience to draw the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And really underrated part of that, right? Fields makes the catch, and he tucks the ball in so that he's able to make the moves that the defender can't pry it free without fouling.
Fields plays so many minutes for this team. He's 6 of 12 from the field on the day. Perfect from the free throw line. Couple assists. And he garners so much attention. That's why guys like Brown can get open. Yancey and Cone can do their thing. And he's a very unselfish player who scores a lot.
He misses the second, so Delgado, 9-5-3-1-1. Hayes' offense, or rather Naz's offense, been really sharp this quarter. Moody, offensive foul. That'll be number 1. Oh, wait. I thought they called that offensive foul. Never mind. Wait, they just did.
No, they did. They called it offensive foul. It's going the other way. You see here Moody attacking. Look at the help defense on the weak side as Malik Fields gets outside the college circle, takes it on the chest, and that's the second charge that Fields took today.
And it's the little things. You want to get on the court, you're a freshman, Division I program, you want to get instant minutes? Little things. Take the charge, make the extra pass, show up for your teammates in any capacity. Things like that will go a long way. Certainly excited to see the career Fields will have after, but we're not going to jump the gun too much. We still got a whole tournament to play. Moody all over him. Able to get free, and he passed it to Joe Lodes, who makes a nice catch, but that's just still a turnover either way.
Coach Lodes looked like the legendary defensive back for the Raiders. Lester Hayes on that one, who used to play with stickum on his hands.
Hamilton was in for a moment. Blakemore returns. He's been quiet, 5 and 4. Clocked 17 minutes. Minute 10 in the third. 18-10 advantage for the Knights in the frame. Ouch, Moody goes down.
I think they got Campbell on the foul.
Yep, a second. Hopefully Moody's all right. That was an awkward spill. He's up. Great news, he looks okay. He just needed a moment to collect himself. You're in the bonus now. He's gonna shoot 2. He's 0 for 1 at the line. The team is 2 for 5. Saw Scanlon struggling mightily with free throws. They were 9 of 19 in the fourth quarter of their game. Actually, 9 for 20, excuse me. Or 10 for 21, rather, which is what allowed the comeback. Naz needs to convert when they get here. Moody. Oh, every shot that's had that bounce has gone in today until that one.
Yeah, A.J. Moody on the day has logged 23 minutes. He's 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3. Does so much for this team. We highlighted him early. He was a first-team All-Leaguer.
Up ahead, Yancey, he can dunk. 2 points is 2 points, we said earlier. Yancey will lay it in, lead back to 8.
Not the time.
Tipped, stolen, outlet. Foul, he leaned over. 2 on Narcisse. And by the way, just finishing up on that dunk note, the Class B final last year did end on a last-second dunk. The game was already decided, an emphasis dunk, as put Sacred Heart into the annals of history. We got 2 free throws now for Cone. Motivar into the coach's seat. Will be in a moment. Missed. They're 6 of 11 free throws. Yeah, speaking of, we're going to see that Delgado dunk again, by the way, because we'll get more. One more free throw, Andrew. Gets the bounce. Toilet bowl flush, 55-46, 45 in the third.
One thing that surprised me, Zach, is just how aggressive Bryce Yancey is playing with 4 fouls. He's gotten his hands on the last 2 basketballs. There again, he gets a deflection.
Gets the block with 4 fouls in the third. They thought it hit a head. Noggin, should we say. Shot from the front row there. Quick handoff to the official. 12-second difference shot in game clock. She hasn't gotten the ball yet. Hold on. There we go. Delgado working against Campbell. Nice feed inside. Malik Kamara, 4 of 8, or 4 of 7 rather, 8 points.
He averages 9.4 and headed towards his average.
Joe Lode says, let's hold for 1, guys. 15 seconds in the frame.
Look for Christian Brown to come out instead of a ball screen or a fake ball screen here and pop out for a 3 as Yancey turns the corner.
Brown does exactly that, but it's tipped. A blitz, 4-3, Brown. Oh, no. That's rare for him. He had been 5 for 7 from deep. There's a player down. It's Moody again. Yancey will help him up. You get 1 second here. It's going to have to be a heave. Karan Smith's made a 3 today. It's Blakemore coming in now. They had Smith a moment ago.
Yeah, there's 1.1 on the clock, on the official game clock.
Got to probably catch it facing the rim there. No shot. That's the end of the third quarter. Naz does trail by 7. They win the quarter by 8, and they got Justin Delgado.
Look at this pass by Narcisse, the right hand. Nice pass by the freshman, and boom, the senior bangs it home.
Can Nazareth complete the comeback? Find out when we return. Varsity Media, Sports Network.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Every day opens a new door to learn, to grow, to connect with special people. People who in big ways and small improve your life. Every moment, another chance to achieve a goal, to buy a home, grow a business, start a family, and build lifelong relationships. Bank with trust. Bank with experts. Bank Maspeth.
Welcome back, folks. We remind you to join us for Midtown Madness, a celebration of basketball honoring the life and enduring legacy of Tom Konchalski. Saturday, March 21st, 11 a.m., Bryant Park Grill in Manhattan. Enjoy a classic brunch and unforgettable afternoon with award recipients, including Knicks star Allen Houston, as we embrace the values that define the game. Scan the QR code for tickets or visit tomk.foundation. The Tom Konchalski Foundation, honoring basketball's past and inspiring its future.
And one memory I have of Mr. Konchalski is when he spoke at the Bishop Loughlin basketball camp. He was so quick to emphasize to these young student athletes the importance of getting an education and doing things the right way in the classroom and off the court. He broke down the numbers. Only 5% of all high school players go on to play in college, and only less than 1% go on to play in the pros. So it's so important that you do all the right things. And for most guys, basketball comes to an end. And Tom Konchalski was just such a special man, and he's well remembered. I'm glad this foundation exists, and that's going to be a special day.
So rotation updates: Cone, Sam, Campbell, Brown, and Fields on one side. Moody, Kamara, Blakemore, Narcisse, and Karan Smith, who banged home one of the team's 5 threes in the first half. But a 21-13 third quarter win, after being down 15 at the break, certainly sets us up for an exciting finish.
And you see a little different look from Cardinal Hayes, a 1-3-1. You have not seen much of that this year. It's a good way to protect your guys and change the tempo. What a great coaching move by Coach Loads.
They just tried to throw an alley-oop from the three-point line to freshman guard Josiah Narcisse.
Yeah, and Coach Irvin will make the adjustment now that he's seen it. He'll get them into the proper formation. But with a 7-point lead, this is a really, really good move by Coach Loads to protect his guys.
Having Brown proven to be such a big factor today. Again, it was a game-time decision. Euro, float, miss. Kamara, put back, note, loose. Karan Smith had it, has it ripped free. Watch Barry with his 4 fouls, a steal, a lay. Narcisse is at his average. He's in double digits again.
He is so impressive. He's going to be a Division I player. I'll say it now. He's a freshman. He's projecting to be a Division I player. You could see what he can do. Now, for Coach Loads, you have to be frustrated. The zone is working its magic, but as they gain possession, they're turning the ball over.
Turnover differential, it's 19-14, but it's catching up. Just a 5-point game. They trailed by as many as 16. It was tied once at 2 after a Delgado dunk. He has 2 of those. To the corner. Yancey! Oh, no. Narcisse has been the difference. He's played some big minutes. That's why Kamari Hamilton's been limited to just 1 minute this half. You cannot have Narcisse off the floor. He's one-on-one with Yancey.
Now they're back to their man-to-man.
He makes the play. Brown getting to the bucket. Reverse. Too much. He did not need to reverse that. Yancey loses it out of bounds.
Coach is telling them just go up on the left-hand side.
Yep. You don't need Showtime-style buckets. It all counts the same.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to avoid getting blocked, and he just put a little bit too much English on it.
So Hamilton returns. Along with Blakemore.
Here's the 1-3-1 again with Christian Brown's length up front, Barry's size in the middle, and the quick Hector Almodovar in the back of it. And then you have Fields and Yancey on the wings.
You have a kick ball there. And remind you folks, Wednesday evening will be 2 games. Winner of this will play Scanlon.
Now the way to attack the 1-3-1 is with a 2-1-2 formation. Try to get the ball to the elbows. Maybe get something at the corner, or maybe screen it even up top.
Narcisse open, missed. It was a nice pass from Kamari Hamilton, who was not looking to get his. Yancey, all the way, nope. Kamari Hamilton has it, goes right to the ground. You can't do that. Travel. That ball rolled all the way down to Camera Row. 4 on each side. A lot of good content going up from this one.
Hayes in a 1-4 set.
Brown on the catch. Been mostly threes. How about a step back midi? How about 21 points on 11 attempts?
Christian Brown has been so impressive tonight.
7-point game with 5.5 to go. Corner 3. Blakemore, no. Yancey playing through the foul troubles. Looked so solid. Blakemore trying to come in quickly from behind, get back in the play. They need some stops. Barry hasn't scored in the second half, but his first half imprint certainly help him with this advantage.
Time and score is starting to come into play a little bit. You can see Coach Loads wants him to get a really good possession on this one, take a little time off the clock, and we can get the ball inside to a big man like Amadou Barry. Good things usually happen.
Barry still hasn't scored in the half after that miss. Brown the follow. 23.
Tell you what, Christian Brown, as of right now, is the MVP of the game for Hayes. 7 of 11 from the field, 5 of 8 from 3. I mean, he's just doing it all, and he's playing great defense up top in this 1-3-1.
Hamilton whips it inside for Delgado. Reverse around Barry. We get a timeout. The deficit is now 7.
Just want to point out that was really, really good job by Amadou Barry not to pick up his 5th foul on that. He knew he wasn't going to get there in time to take the charge or even block the shot. And the 2 points in this scenario is more important or less important than the 5th foul.
Real nice bucket here. First ball movement. Been no rush. Love seeing getting Kamari Hamilton involved, who hasn't played a ton.
Look at this step through by Delgado, and good job by Barry, walling up, making him earn it. Great finish by Delgado and breaking the action.
And now in a 7-point game, Andrew, and you're Nazareth. You're inside that huddle. You're the coach. What are you telling your team here?
Well, I think you have to be in attack mode, and I think what Coach is doing right now is just pointing out ways to attack that 1-3-1. It's a good idea to screen the zone, get the ball to the elbows. They did it there. They had good ball movement, and they got the ball to the soft spot of the zone. And you have guys like Delgado on the backside where you have a size advantage. And then defensively, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep guys in front, and don't let the guy who's hot, Christian Brown, get hotter.
Christian Brown, game time decision. Coach sounded very unsure Friday morning that he was going to play. It's a hip issue, and now these last couple days, he's able to get the time he needs, and he has stepped out, and he's been hip
now
for this 23 points.
I'm starting to wonder if Coach Loads pulled a little Bill Belichick on us, on the world. Was wondering if he wanted to get the word out that Christian Brown might not play. And
yeah.
You remember when Belichick used to pull that stuff with the Patriots?
Of course.
Nah, I don't doubt my man, Coach Loads. He wouldn't give us false intel.
No, of course. But Brown's been very impressive today. It's great to see that he's been able to play so well. And imagine him not playing what you subtract. Of course, Cohen would have more minutes, a slightly different balance of scoring.
Yeah, Cohen and Campbell would pick up the slack.
7-point game as it is now. Plenty of time. And our last game was a 22-point game at this juncture, and it ended up a 3-point final.
A lot more basketball to play. This one is far, far from over.
Fields guarded by Hamilton. Yancey lays it in.
Nice quick decision drive by the sophomore.
Delgado to Moody. Nope. Kamara volleyball tap missed. Trying to get it out is Hamilton. He will. Moody's open again. No. And the foul is against Nazareth. That's the first foul of the quarter.
I think they got Hamilton underneath.
His second. So you're going to need a stop after that great third quarter, 8 of 12. They're just 2 for 9 in the fourth.
Ooh.
Moody had 2 good looks. Haven't seen Blakemore much in this second half. Hamilton now closing out. He's on Almodovar. 15 to shoot. Gonna have a stop. Now Blakemore comes to the table. Midi, short. Delgado, 6th board. Moody. Delgado a 3. Ah, it was a good look. He just couldn't sink it.
Good decision by Hayes to slow down the pace. Up 9, 3 to go. Almost a backcourt there.
And you're probably going to try and see them give a few fouls to get closer to the bonus with this deficit. Still 3 minutes left.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're going to do that, if you're Coach Irvin, you may want to make a couple substitutions to have some bench guys waste some fouls, and that might be what he's doing now.
Woodstock and Troy Smith
Yeah, so these guys can come in and be really aggressive. And they're both very good defenders. See.
He got the steal. Moody on one. We got a lot of ball left here. A.J. Moody with 15.
The mistake Almodovar made was getting him on the hip here. You see Moody sniffed it out. Almodovar did not step to the ball, and then he just gets his hand on his waist, and the trail official, Steve Salustio, caught him. It's better off just letting him go.
This is the first team foul of the quarter. Moody with a key free throw. He's just 1 of 3 at the line. That one is off. He's now 1 of 4. They pressure Fields immediately. And he does get it off. I believe that hit Kamara.
Coach Malik, I said coach, he is a coach on the floor, but Malik Fields is pleading with his teammates to step back to the ball, and that's something when the pressure ramps up, it's the 4 guys without the ball who matter the most.
They only got 4 seconds to get this thing over half court. 3, 2, that should, oh, right, inbound, right, the ball had gone out, they got 10 new seconds. Oh, Yancey gets to the cup and puts it home, the lead is 9. His 3rd field goal, played the whole half essentially with 4 fouls. Moody to the corner, Kamara 3. He hasn't scored from outside. Barry has it. Barry still hasn't scored in the second half.
It's almost like Hayes is crawling to the finish line in this marathon.
Certainly. Delgado, very brief rest. Bring Smith back in.
Yeah, Coach Irvin does a really nice job playing offense, defense with his guys. Here you see this big 1-3-1 by Hayes. Coach Lowe's pleading with his guys to be active and long, get your hands up, get in the passing lanes.
Being 3 of 8 at the line, tough when you're down, seeing a 9-point hole rather with about 2 minutes left in the game. Moody whips it into Delgado. 7-point game. Timeout taken.
And that's the way to attack the 1-3-1. Really nice job. Now, if you're Hayes, it's not the worst thing in the world because they did take some time off the clock. You see the ball movement here. Ball moves up top. You get it to Moody. They're constantly looking cross court. There's good ball movement and a good read by Moody to get the ball to Delgado.
Fields was in the area, so 7-point game. Hayes been able to cling to that lead, but still, Andrew, Naz has not had a lead. They have not been able to get closer than 5. They got just 2 minutes to go.
A lot of basketball left.
And we remind you, folks, keep fans, family, and alumni connected. You want us to produce your broadcast? Look at Ben Turchin giving that interview. To be your athlete, bring that energy. 516-403-2050 or email. It's the number. Or you can email Ben at varsitymedia.net.
Ben Turchin does it all. I mean, he asks you to call him, he asks you to email him, and then he gets on the field with the mic.
BT Worldwide right there. Ben Turchin. Absolutely. 2 minutes left. Barry, that hit the basket. Delgado picks it up. And he's got the loose change. Timeout, Joe Loads. Oh my. I don't think I've ever seen a pass go through underneath the basket that way straight to a defense. That's a new one.
Well, it actually hit the rim.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can see it again. You see the inbound to Barry. He's trying to get the ball back to Almodovar.
Oh, wow.
Clipped the rim, bounced right to Delgado, and he finishes the mess.
Justin Delgado's official nickname is Mr. Right Place, Right Time. Whether he's been dunking, it's off loose balls, he's done so well at finishing in close.
Yeah, Delgado, just a really, really important piece of what they do here at Nazareth. 14 points a game, second team all-leaguer. Garnering a lot of attention from the college coaches.
We got a minute 56 left to go.
Yeah, and you speak about guys at the next level. You have Ian Jackson, who we spoke about earlier. He had a great night last night against UConn. Elijah Moore at Utah. Toby Awaka at Arizona. DJ Victory Albertus Magnus. And Tariq Foster at Albany. And this is just the current list of Cardinal Hayes guys.
Yeah, so much great talent. We mentioned Ian Jackson earlier. Certainly playing some fantastic ball. You know, a 5-steal game in the Big East. That's no small feat.
And that's the type of defense Coach Pitino demands and wants from his guys, and he'll get more minutes if that's how he plays.
Done a real nice job with St. John's these last couple of years. So 1:56 to go, 5-point game. Fields gets it ahead. Quick shot, not the move. 5-point game with possession under 2 minutes. Minute 45 to go. Moody missed, they got it back. Kamara, no. Third chance, Delgado has it blocked. Minute 40 on the clock.
Coach Irvin has his guys fired up. They're only down 5. They can taste it.
Smith for Woodstock.
Cohn back in the game for Hayes.
Rebound update, Nazareth +5 on the glass, +2 on the offensive glass. Still trailing in second chance points. A 5-point game, minute 40. You're going to be in for an instant classic. Moody in traffic. 1 possession game. They got to pick the ball up there.
Yeah, this works in their favor. The clock runs.
Barry.
And the 10-second count doesn't start until you get the ball in bounds.
Oh, but Barry out of bounds. They say no. Did he travel? Also no. Oh, man.
Just got it over.
Fields scores. Gary Irvin not happy with the 2 no calls there, but the bucket is the bucket. 105, 5-point game. Tipped, it'll stay. He is not happy about that because he's trying to put it behind the bag. The ball got stuck on Barry's hip, but you're on to the next. 105 left.
Yeah, you see here, Barry gathers the ball. He's dribbling. He did not hit it with his second hand. I think he wanted an out-of-bounds call. I don't know. I didn't see it.
Shooting. I also could have been that he dribbled twice. He picked it up for a quick. Nevertheless, there will be free throws here for A.J. Moody. 17 points, 6 assists. Barry still yet to score in the second half. His biggest contribution of the half. Those 2 points, bringing it across the timeline and enabling them to score. Moody struggled at the line, 1 of 4. Oh, man. 1 for 5. Killing him.
Yeah, he's shooting better from 2 and 3.
He is 50. Yeah, he's 55% on 2s. He is 33% on 3s. He is 20% at the line. He's got to get out of the Chris Dudley percentages. Gets the second. Had a great career, just couldn't make free throws.
He also got dunked on by Shaq and almost wanted to fight him.
He did. Never seen a guy throw a basketball like a dodgeball in a game before.
Whoa.
Yancey's fouled. Moody ends up on his wallet. Couple free throws. That's a 13 foul, right? You have to give one more, and at that point, then you can do whatever you want going for the steal. There'll be nothing that'll rise above a common foul. Just an update on fouls for guys in the game. 2 for Moody, 3 for Kamara, 2 for Delgado, 2 for Narcisse. And Woodstock with 0. Moody.
That was the same play, that sideline play where Nazareth got a steal last time. Good
Barry
look to Brown.
inside. Oh, a lot of contact. Uh-oh. Narcisse went down. He pushed off the stanchion to try to get away. Hope he's all right.
Nice look by Barry here, over the top. Good cut by Christian Brown, and good patience by Brown. He could feel the defense behind him. And that was just a really awkward fall.
Good to see everyone is all right after that spill. 48.3. Brown to the line. The team is 7 for 12. They've not taken any this quarter. Brown hasn't taken any himself. Hits the first. 48.3 on the clock.
How about this? There was doubt that Christian Brown would play. He's logged 30 minutes on the day.
Barely been out. So Blakemore finally coming back in. He had a long break with those 3 fouls. 48.3. You don't need the 3 yet, but you certainly want to score. And then immediate press. Moody. Narcisse, that was tipped. Well left by Blakemore. You don't want to accidentally tip that. Smith will come in. For Narcisse, his first break in some time. He's logged 23 minutes off the bench. Moody, shooting foul. Or is it? It's on the floor. 4 on Cone, by the way. Actually, 3 on Cone. Live stats, we got 3 on Cone. PA says 4. Nevertheless, 6-point game, 39.2. Tipped, stolen, Yancey! Taking it all the way, reverse, no. Fields, yes. 8-point game, 30 seconds. Bryce Yancey might have just sealed it. To the corner, a 3. Bang, timeout. Kamara.
Big shot by Kamara in the corner.
They trim it back to 5. We're going to take a quick break. Back after this on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Welcome back, folks. 5-point game, 22 seconds, and Andrew Nazareth continues to push that huge 3 previously from Kamara, their 6th of the game and their first on 7 attempts in the 4th.
Yeah, they have such a great press that this is not over. Hayes has struggled a little bit with the pressure and getting the ball over half court. So right now, with the 5-point deficit, you would think they would go for a quick steal and foul.
How this one finishes up. 5-point game, 22 seconds. Zach Weiss, Andrew Deloy on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Woodstock, Narcisse, Moody, Kamara, Delgado on one side to starting 5. Barry, Fields, Brown, Yancey, Almodovar. Have to get this thing in clean. And they foul Barry. Amadou has not scored a point since halftime. An offer from Quinnipiac. Malik Fields will be playing next year.
Duquesne has also offered Amadou.
And if he goes there, right, they could get some A-10 action, could end up back in this gym.
It's pretty exciting.
Kane, very nice campus in Pittsburgh. Walking distance to the stadiums over there. PNC and Hines. 2 shots for Barry. Got it. Ice. Offense, defense.
Amadou Barry with 15 points on the day, 6 of 11 from 2. Hit a 3 early, and he's perfect from the line.
Trying to put the finishing touches on a hopeful win. A win for Hayes, pits them against Monsignor Scanlon. He hits both. 7-point game, 20 seconds. You're going to need a quick 3. You get it into Jaden Blakemore. Barry shows the defense. Tipping it out of play. 17 seconds.
Good thing there was no one sitting in that chair on the sideline there.
Yeah, absolutely. Campbell comes in. Nice applause for Barry. 7-point game with 17 seconds. Delgado turn, score. They're just gonna let this thing roll. Clock ticking.
With no timeouts, that's one of the advantages.
Fields almost shot that in the other basket, getting fouled. Wrong way and one. 6.8. Had a couple free throws and punch your ticket to the semis. So if this is it for Nazareth, gave a great fight today. Certainly the future is very bright. We're going to see a lot more Josiah Narcisse next season. Played some great ball.
How about two evenly matched teams? I mean, Nazareth won by 5 in the first matchup early in the year. This one's a 5-6 point game. And great year for Nazareth. A lot to be proud of.
Fields gets the bounce. He hits both. One last shot here for Nazareth. Down 7 late in the game. Moody to the corner. Delgado for 3. That'll go down. A 73-69 quarterfinal W for Cardinal Hayes. 25 for Brown, 20 for Fields, 16 for Barry. And Andrew, the Cardinals will dance their way into the AA semifinals.
What a great game, back and forth all night. Hayes weathered the storm of foul trouble, and Nazareth did not give up, kept attacking. And, you see Coach Lodes in the handshake line. A lot to be happy about, a lot to review on film.
Let's take a look back. Some of the best moments from a fantastic ball game.
Amadou Barry from the NBA 3. The answer from the corner. And you have Christian Brown from 3.
All day. 5 triples for Brown, 4 in the first half.
Backdoor cut, Malik Fields, and the finish. Bang. Malik Fields with the basketball, and then this was a great dunk by Delgado off the feed from Narcisse. The quick decision drive by Bryce Yancey. The put back by Malik Fields.
Yeah, fantastic basketball. For our executive producer, Ben Turchin, our technical director, Chris Sweeney, our camera operator, Peyton Brophy, my partner, Andrew DeLoya, I'm Zach Weiss, saying so long from Fordham. This has been a Varsity Media production. Thank you for watching.